Hi YouTube, I'm back. I said I wanted to talk about Donald Sterling, and I do. Let me go on record as probably the only person in the world who will say that they feel a little sorry for Donald Sterling. I know. I do, because I don't think that his punishment fit his crime. And what did he really do? What did he really do? He said, I don't want you to bring black people to my games. He was talking about Magic Johnson, and I think what happened, first of all, the conversation was taken out of context. Second of all, the man didn't realize he was being taped. Sure, he said some things that were maybe hurtful, maybe inartful, maybe indecorous, maybe a little off color. Who among us has not said something that was all of those things? But we say it in the privacy of our home because we don't think we're being taped, and we don't think the tape is going to be proffered to TMZ. And let's talk about V. Stiviano, because that was kind of low down, actually. And if you listen to the tape, if you listen to what he actually said, you can tell she was baiting him. She was baiting him, and she was saying things, but who says that you're a racist? So are you a racist? Well, what about... And he didn't use any racial slurs. He just said, don't bring Magic Johnson and these black people to the game. And I really think we have to look at his intent. Why was he saying that? I don't think he was doing a racial rant. It was more of a jealous man's rant. Because apparently they were talking about who she might have slept with, or who she might have, other people she was being with. And she was putting these pictures on Instagram. He was getting calls from his friends like, yeah, your girl's on there with such and such. And so he was a little upset about that. And for heaven's sakes, what did he really say that was wrong? Do you really think he really meant don't bring black people to the game? It's basketball, y'all. Black people go to basketball games. I don't really think he meant that. I'm not in his head, but I really think he did not mean that. I mean, if she had been taking pictures with Asian people, he might have been like, could you just not bring the Asian folks to my game, please? And I don't think he meant all of them. He just meant the ones she was talking to, cavorting with, putting on Instagram. If you really listen to the 9-minute tape, I think you get a better understanding of it. And I think that no one is willing to just come out and say, yeah, he was done a little wrong. I think a lifetime ban, making him sell his team, I think that's a little excessive. I don't think his crime was that bad. I really don't. I don't know. And newsflash, white people have said much worse. Really? I mean, come on, y'all. Other newsflash, the man is 80. Why don't we think an 80-year-old might be a little racist? I mean, I'm not saying he's racist, but he grew up he was born in the 1930s, right? All he knew was black people being, maligned and oppressed and disenfranchised and marginalized and abused. People used to burn crosses on people's lawns routinely and used to lynch people just for sport when he was growing up. So I just think maybe we could be a little tolerant of the intolerant even. Or not even tolerant, maybe, just a little understanding, so that if he does sort of speak a little off color, we understand why he's speaking off color. We understand everybody else when a child grows up in an inner city and doesn't have a father and he's a little angry, like, oh, he's angry because he didn't have a dad. And we understand that. We get him therapy and we put him with a Big Brother program, or a woman who's been abused in her past and she's a little, distrustful of people and doesn't want to, love again. Oh, well, it's understandable because she's been abused. So why can't we understand that a man in his 80s might say a little something that's maybe a little inappropriate or, a little politically incorrect? I just don't think we should take the man's team from him. I think that's a little bit much. Also, I agree with his digging up the dirt of people in the other owners in the NBA. Yeah, y'all want to vote him out? Let's see what's in your closet. Let's see what skeletons are in your closet. That might be a little dirty and underhanded, but I'm just saying, if we're going to do that, let's do that. Let's do it all. Look at everybody, since you're so quick to vote him out. And I really think that there are other people who have this same sentiment, that they think that he's being done a little wrong, but nobody wants to stand up and take a stance for it. White people don't want to say anything because, of course, you don't want to be locked in with him, and you'd be called racist too. Black people don't want to say anything because we don't want to be seen as traitors or, not understanding the cause. And I realize he has all that stuff in his background. I know he has not done wonderful things, and there was that housing scandal or whatever he had in the back. I know that, but I don't really think that should have any bearing on this. I think we are being a little harsh. And then the whole question about could he have a little bit of early dementia? I think we might need to consider that, because when you listen to his rant, it sounds a little off. That's why I think maybe the tape was even cut and spliced, and we don't really have the full continuum of the tape. It just seems really fishy to me. So I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Talk to you later. Bye.